Okay. And how are you? Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing? This is Dr. Greg and from Elite Chairs University. So good to be with you here today. And yeah, this week we had a little kind of an off week because my daughter she graduated from University of Texas at Austin. In fact, this for arts and entertainment technology. That's her major. She moved out. She wanted me to fly down. So I went down flew from Vegas down to Houston, Austin, and then flew out of Houston. But I went to Austin and helped her to pack all of her stuff. And when kids go to college nowadays, when I went to college, it was like your notebook. You just take you have you had your notebook, your papers, a backpack, some sweats, maybe a couple of changes of underwear, and then some jar of peanut butter, a box of cereal or something. That's about it. But nowadays, these kids they have big screen TVs and Nintendo Switches and body pillows and stuffed animals and plants. I go, plants? You take care of a plant in college? I can barely take care of myself. I got to take care of a plant too. Some people have dogs. Like you take care of a dog. It's like like trying to stay in school and work three jobs. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. So I took off this week from trading to spend time with the family and to help my daughter on her way to finding a new job, coming out of college and moving into a new place. And so that's what we did. So that's sometimes you do that. And I know when I first started trading, um yeah, this is Coffee Hour with Greg, and my name is Dr. Greg McLeod, and so good for you guys to be here. I know I'm a little late, but I'm looking at my clock. It's supposed to be at like, coffee, like, hey, lunch is over, right? But I do have my coffee, and I know Adrian's here. Hey, Adrian, look, I got the Union Jack flag because he's over in England, the capital of Forex trading. Big shout out to Adrian out there. And I love England and I love the British pound. And the British pound has been doing some work against the other currencies. But I didn't. I traded extremely little. Just stay focused on on being with my daughters and and helping her do that. Cut the rope is here. Nice. Let me get you the
Hi,
link.
Greg.
Let me give you the link here. Copy the invite link and get you guys in here. And yeah, so and then that's what and putting things in perspective and taking time out of trading to be able to be with your family is very important because you don't get that time back with them, right? I mean, I know the whole idea that is what I'm going to invite Uncle Cut on the call, and it's always good to have him aboard. And you know, when I was younger, trying to learn how to trade, I spent a lot of time learning, reading books, listening to tapes, watching VHS tape of workshops and all kinds of doing trying to be a good want to be immersed in it and learn it well so I can make money at it, right? And the goal was to help the family. The thing about it was devoting so much time doing it myself, you know, call myself saving money by it's like I couldn't afford a lot of the gurus back there were going for like 15 and 20,000. If you wanted to go with Alexander Elder's group, it was gonna be like 20,000. If you wanted to do with um I just forgot his name, but Larry, forgot his name, Larry, but with Larry or John Carter, those guys, they were 13 and 14,000 bucks back then, right? So I did a lot of stuff myself, but it took longer time, and that time took me away from my kids, and they became like almost like Forex orphans My wife became like a Forex widow because I wasn't spending time with her. You know, she wanted to watch a late night movie. I said, "No, honey, I just got to work hard at trading, and we'll have all the time in the world to be able to, those live the life on the beach and do all these wonderful things, right?" And then the kid's like, "Hey, I would read you a story right now, but I'm trading pound yen right now, right?" So, and daddy will be there, well, and then they're getting older, and the fire is going out in your marriage, and you're gonna have a bunch of money and not, from experience, I know that you have, I said, you know what, take the time out, and the market will always be there, everything will be there. You're not competing against anybody but yourself, and take your time and spend time with your family, and hold them, look at them, because they're going to grow up and they're going to go away, and they might not like you because of and hate Forex and hate trading because trading took my daddy away, right? I'm sure maybe you guys have a story where your dad worked super hard and never spent any time with you, and so you didn't really like. You don't want to be the source of somebody's trauma, that their kids are paying money to lay on a couch and they start telling stories about my dad didn't do this. You don't want to be that negative influence, right? So trading will be there. Take the time out, carve that time out, and I've the great thing about trading is I learned it fast enough. I mean, what happened was, you know, I met Mark Douglas, I invested in his training, and yeah, it drained our savings, but it probably made our marriage last a little bit longer. And I have a great relationship with my kids, right? Why? Because I took a shortcut. Anytime you work with a professional, you're gonna take it's a shortcut, right? You say, "Oh no, no, this free stuff. It's free for a reason, right?" And the law of the averages. If the average trader loses, and the average trader is using what everyone else is using, well, then it just makes sense that you're going to be a loser too. And it's just, well, I just got to work harder at it. It's like, yeah, keep trying to chop down trees with spoons instead of getting yourself buy an axe and having it sharpened so you can chop down trees faster, right? But hey, Uncle Cuts here. Nice to see you, brother. How you doing? How was your weekend? How's your week? You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah, I tell you, my week was hot. It's about 130 degrees this week. It was a little warm, but we made it through. Made it through. Had a great day today, and then it didn't turn out to be a great day. It turned out to be a frustrating day. I tell you, emotions are part of trading. I know we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. So you have to have your emotions in check, but you need to have that warrior spirit, right? We talk a lot about that in that great book of ours. And when you have that warrior spirit and you're focused and you're lasered in, it will surprise you. It might even make you jump because you looked at yourself, you said, "Wow, I did it." So, I had a $1,700 deficit today after making over 700 and I think it was about 725, $730. And then had a conversation with somebody that it kind of got out of my skin a little bit.
Ooh.
And
Was this in your Apex account? Was this in your prop account?
yeah, yeah, and it spoiled over into my trading, and,
Mm.
and I took a trade, and it was. I mean, you would probably want to fight, Greg. It would have made you that mad that I took that trade,
Mm.
and it was literally a emotional trade, and because I'm all about being transparent here. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
We
It
as
helps.
prof
It help everybody out when we're real and we're transparent. Stuff happens.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And I was on with our counterpart Jermaine, and I
AKA
showed
Mike.
this it, right? Big Mike, right? And he was like, "Well, Jamie, what you gonna do?" And I said, "I'm about to show you." And he's like, "What?" And we talk about Pip and running. I'm surprised the feds ain't about to come fly over here and pick me up from Saudi Arabia. I mean, we Pip and ran, and boy, we was pipping and running. We hit. I made back the $1,700 loss.
Mhm.
So 1 week of work disappeared in 8 minutes.
Wow.
1 week's of work, $1,700 in 1 week, and made it back. It took about an hour and a half to 2 hours to make 1,700 back the way you teach us on how to pip and run. And I went to that warrior spirit, and Jermaine was sitting there like, he is actually doing this, right? He couldn't believe it. And he was like, well, I want in on some of this. So he kind of got in on it, but I took it to a different level. Thank you, Greg, because you definitely laid the foundation. I won't tell you the time frame. I don't want to let out all the sauce, but time
What do you
frame
mean,
was very,
seconds?
oh, very much so, sir. Very much so.
Oh no, there's short-term charts are highly risky, and you really should avoid them because there's too much erratic noise and volatility on them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I tell you, the 10 seconds my best friend. So whoever said that,
Yeah.
Greg, they need to eat their
They
own.
say and all the books, and even when I worked at the brokerage,
Mhm.
Greg, you're going too small. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's like there's a whole world down there.
A whole
Don't
new world.
don't go, don't go.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go, don't go. So went down there and we did our trilateral charts and made 1,700 $1,700 back plus an extra $96.02.
Oh, there you
So
go.
it be done? Yes. And it can be done with Pip and Run. And there's no question about that. None. But you gotta have this right. You gotta have this right. You gotta have this right. Because if you don't have these right, they're not in sync with each other, you're done. I
You're
mean, you're done.
train
Because
wreck.
yeah, it's a train wreck, literally. But I will tell you this, a couple years ago, that $1,700 loss, that would have wiped me out. But I had something similar like that happen, about a month ago when all my trades were up. I closed out and I think it was nine of them went to heck and only one pass. And that right there was a mental wreck for me. I was emotionally done for a whole month. I couldn't buy a trade for almost a month. That's how bad it was because I
That
let
wasn't
it.
that wasn't the Blue
Yes.
Guardian thing, right? That wasn't that, was it?
No, it was actually with Apex. It was with
Okay.
Apex. But sometimes you got to be a duck, go quack quack, and let it roll off your back. And so yeah, we as traders, we go through the rigmarole more, but I think we're just more in tune with that and be able to fight that demon off. Where people are dealing with 5, 6, 10 different demons, we're dealing with maybe one or two, if that.
Right.
So just wanted to share that. You know.
Thanks for saying. What do you guys think about that in the chat box? Give me some 555 triple nickels in the chat box. So show some love. Sharing experiences that, and that's the thing about Pip and Run. I mean, I've gone from, taking $1,000 accounts down to like 50, 60, $70 and turn them back into $10,000 accounts. And that's the thing about the system is that once you get back on the right side of the trade,
Hmm.
you can come back, right?
Yes.
You can go. I
Yes.
mean, I've had guys take $50,000 accounts, drop them down to like $2,000 accounts, and turn them right back to 50,000. You see your equity curve, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
see that, but
Right.
most of the time when people go up top and drop, the emotional crush is so bad
Yeah.
that they give up,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they don't believe the system is not strong enough. They don't have a confidence in the system to make that comeback, right?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
But this system is like Tom Brady, fourth quarter, you're down 3 touchdowns, and there's a minute and a half left on the clock. And everyone's
Exactly.
like going, yeah, he's got, if it gets in his hands, he is going to win the game,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes. Yes,
I
sir.
don't care
Yes.
how I know the Tom Brady's in the hole. it could be like, 30 seconds. He's gonna throw a bomb. He's gonna onside kick. They're gonna recover. Throw another bomb, and the game is over. Right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
you gotta have that Tom Brady. They just opened over here in the Fountain Blue. Tom Brady just, owns part of the Raiders now. He opened up this hallway of excellency. Hallway of
Wow.
excellency. They charge, so he has the all of his rings, all of his Super Bowl rings are on display. Then all like the baseball bat of Babe Ruth, all the almost like the Hall of Fame of excellence. So all different sports
Wow.
over
That's
about.
awesome.
Mhm. Imagine
That's
going. Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah. And you like get that buzz of all this champion winnings because he's a winner. So he
Mm-hmm.
create a museum of winning, a museum
Mm-hmm.
of excellence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when
Mm-hmm.
you've got that excellence, it's like it's not, well, maybe I can come back and maybe we make there's no maybe. You just do it.
Right.
You got
Exactly.
a 90% win rate system. You go in there and you kick ass and you take names,
That's right.
right? There's no
Right.
room for, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get $2 left in your account. Oh, got $2? I got something in my account. I can scale it back up,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all power compounding. We compounding, you know, percent to double. Well, gee, if I'm making 100%, boom, 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 you get 2 to 100, 100 to 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you get in the rhythm of the you get into the direction of the market where all the banks and institutions, you're riding what they're doing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
if you got 50 cents in your account, he's like, oh, well, they're doing this. Okay. Well, if I can open up a point one lot and ride it up and ride it back down and ride it up, ride it back down, we are in the flow. When you're in the flow, you're going to get paid.
Exactly. Exactly. You're going to get paid a lot.
Right. But the thing is, if you don't, but you got to think like they think and see
Mm-hmm.
what they see. And
Mm-hmm.
too many systems, they occasionally cross over and you get a winner. And now you've got, oh, you win 3 out of 10 trades with a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, you'll be profitable. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you're psychologically jacked up, right? I'd rather win 9 out of 10, 8
Mm-hmm.
out of 10, 10 out of
Mm-hmm.
10, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, because if you lose 4 trades in a row, you got Pip and Run upside down, right?
Yeah. 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 You got it really you got it jacked up, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So people want you to go through that. It's like fine, and
Mm-hmm.
you want to use a system that's so public that everyone has access to it. It's like there's no edge. So
Yeah.
you're cutting trees with butter knives,
Yeah. 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 People don't understand it.
and you're the only other person that really knows it well enough to actually teach, and you don't because you're on our side and you're training up. That's what I want to talk to you about. I'm redoing the program where we have instead of 3 phases, we have 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I replied back to it, but I
Okay.
think it was when you were in transitioning with moving and
Moving
taking
right. Mhm.
out and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
I,
I
I
know
don't
we
mind
want
talking.
to.
I don't mind talking about it now because people will
Yeah.
know, like, well, what is Pip and Run? It's like it's not just a system because you get the system, you'll still screw up.
Yeah.
You can fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's like but
Yeah.
why? Because it's like you get a Ferrari, you don't know how to drive and you wreck it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the car's fault. It's you,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So the other, we have 5 modules dedicated to you and one module dedicated to the system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So how not 5 modules of how not to screw up the system, and
Exactly.
one module, count to 5 and know your ABCs. It's like that's the easy part. Is
Right.
you're trying to do something that you're not supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trying to weed out for the next for. So I made each module 4 weeks, except
Mm-hmm.
for the onboarding. Onboarding is like 3 days, unless it's someone who can't read the checklist, and then onboarding turns into like a month long. And this one person is like a month long. Go just follow the checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow the checklist. Is it
Mm-hmm.
MT4 or MT5? What's on the checklist? So MT4. Why are you asking me? Read the
Right.
checklist.
Right.
Right? But I
Right.
got
Right.
our new lady. I want to say hello to Heidi. Heidi's brand new. Heidi tore up that checklist, and she just went right through it. already onboarding, already through the videos, already through Forex
Mhm.
Foundations and, the Pip and Run. And she's on fire.
Oh, that's
She's
awesome,
in
man.
Virginia too. She lives in Virginia in the DMV.
Really? Really?
Heidi
Okay.
Yang.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, I think
Awesome.
she'd be a candidate for, yeah. So making you stage six, right? Where
Uh-huh.
people can like look, you can buy the whole thing, each month, or let's say you're stuck like I don't know if you remember Aaron. Aaron's coming back, and
Okay.
but and then Aaron, he's a former Navy SEAL,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knows he's got the simulation, all that stuff. And you probably need to go through it over again. But see, we didn't have the prop and the mindset stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So instead of having him go through everything, well, look, you can start at this section by because there's no videos for stages. Anything after stage one, there's no videos, right?
Right,
So
right,
we're creating video modules for stage two, like the transition from simulation to demo, how to do that, right?
right,
Position sizing. This really just teaching people how to use the platform and position
right,
sizing. We
right,
kind of like threw them out in the water with that, right? It's like
right, right,
because a lot of
right.
people have demo experience anyway. We just kind of like put them in simulation, but we don't have course videos for stage two, for demo trade, which we made basically stage four, and
Mm-hmm.
then course videos for transitioning from demo to live.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's like
Okay.
a whole, so that's another 4 weeks of that. I think 4 weeks is enough for that transition,
Mm-hmm.
position side, the pip values, like position pip values versus of gold versus pip values of euro versus
Mm-hmm.
Nasdaq or NQ. Just break all that down and how risk plays with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also best times to trade. You don't have to worry about best times in simulation, but you really got to look at best times when you're looking at stage two and stage three, right?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
those nuances that are, news. There's no news in simulation for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's news trading in stage two, stage three, stage four. So introduce how to trade news, how to avoid news. When does news normally come out? Just kind of
Mm-hmm.
break that out of the videos and break the stage one videos, put those into the where they apply. Like how to use the heat map. You don't need a heat map in simulation, but you do in the other stages, right? So
Mm-hmm.
having a course of videos on that. So there's a lot of like we're patching up some empty holes that people usually had to find through the Q and the Tuesday Q&A,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So and then they'll eliminate having those same questions like every year. Like, look, you look at your stage. You know, you were in stage three. We covered that. Go there, and that becomes a resource.
Right.
So so now the quality of our group coaching sessions are going to be very, very, you know, maybe and then be able to maybe actually be able to divide those out
Mm-hmm.
between live trading versus a simulation. Like if you're in stages 0 and 1, you got the
Mm-hmm.
simulation on one day, and if
Mm-hmm.
you are in demo, that's another one. And maybe having and prop and live trading
Mm-hmm.
its
Mm-hmm.
own separate thing. So as we
Mm-hmm.
grow, we'll be able to maybe hire instructors for that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then that way, you know, it's one not one room schoolhouse, but it's more
Right.
personalized and customized.
Exactly. Exactly. That sounds good. I love it.
Yeah. And then people fall off the bin. Well, guess what? You're on prop, right? And that's all part of
Right.
that. So, whatever the annual
Uh-huh.
we take 12, if they're a mentorship for 12 months, we say we'll put them with you for 12 months, what the
Mm-hmm.
12-month cost is, and then we'll just take that out of mentorship, and that way it would be an added bonus to them, but we just kind of split the revenue on that.
Well, I
Because
tell you, it's very for you, Greg, and for the family, I don't have a problem with giving a major discount for that. Because it's all about people.
Hmm.
A lot of people think we're here just to suck every essence out of their body, like we're a succubus or a vampire.
Right.
Well, it's not that, and I think we are part of the very small amount of people or organizations out there who truly care about traders.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a very, very small percentage. I can name two or three of them off the top of my head right now. Yes, they do have a fee, but they're not sitting up there trying to take your head off, and they can't back up what they're saying. They can't back up with a metrics chart. They can't back that up.
Hmm.
We can back it up because
Right.
we have been doing it. We've got people, we've got hundreds, thousands of hours of video showing what we've done. So, we can back our stuff up, but there's a
Right.
lot of people out there who can't.
We've got the
And
receipts. And once people know that we have the receipts, then
mm,
we should see a lot of growth because people
yes,
are going to be tired of paying for something that's not giving them the results, right?
yes, exactly.
And then it's the value that we offer. It's not like, oh well, he's this and this, but like we're offering you lifestyle transformation, right? We were talking about the math, right? If you're getting, 10, $50,000 accounts, and that you're making like 5,000 a week, times four is $20,000 a month times
Yeah,
12, you're $240,000 a year. So
yeah,
wouldn't it be worth $8,000, $9,000
exactly.
to change your life, right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
and then you set up as a business, you can write it off.
Exactly.
And I know I've spent you know thousands of dollars on master's degrees and PhDs and
Hmm.
not have the skill set where I
Hmm.
can pull out six figures. I can pull out $100,000, right?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
$400 a day,
Hmm.
5 days a week, 2,000 times 50. 2,000 a week times 52 is $100,000 a year. $400 a day.
People don't understand that. They really, really, really don't understand that. But the ones that do, the doors of the church is open for you. So come
Oh
on
yeah,
in.
exactly. Yeah, because people understand there's an exchange of value that the
Hmm.
system, I mean, the Bible talks about seed time and harvest, right?
Hmm.
That the earth and seven and earth will not pass away as long as we will have seed time and harvest. So you plant something, you get something. And
Yes.
we've created a system, we've created a life where, beautiful YouTube is wonderful, but people don't put anything in and they get something out. And it's like, well, is it life changing?
Hmm.
No, it's not life changing because you didn't give up anything for it, right? It gives you, give you something. It's a sample, it's a taste, it's an orientation,
Hmm.
but the transformation comes when you are able, it's a spiritual thing
Hmm.
where when you release, whether it's like a tithe or an offering, you never approach the oracle or anyone of experience without a gift or an offering, right?
Exactly.
Because you're
Exactly.
exchanging value for value,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
It's like barter.
Hmm.
I have three chickens and you have a goat, and let's make exchange, right? Or
Exchange. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got this money that's not doing anything for you. And when you
Hmm.
exchange that, you're gonna get an information that allow you to flip that money and make it greater.
Hmm.
Right. So
Hmm.
you're always gonna make more money than me. Right. I always
Hmm.
tell that was my big thing again. Whatever you pay me $100,000, you will always have the potential to make more money than me.
Oh
Andre
yeah.
Andre
Oh yeah.
K paid like Andre Carlson paid what, $5,000 or $6,000 for training back in when I was offering it, and he
Yeah.
made $9 million
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
then, and he's
Yeah.
probably made 9 million in 2015. It's 2025. He's probably made another 9, 10 million,
Yeah.
right? And all
Yeah.
I got was worth $5,000 from him or $6,000 from him.
Right. Right.
So you're
Well, hey,
always going to
check
have the
your
potential,
video
like,
guy. Look at
hmm?
your video guy.
Yeah,
He was just looking at the videos and didn't pay a damn thing and was getting paid.
yeah, yeah. Jonathan passed
Yeah.
the. In fact, he passed another challenge somewhere else because he's he was renting my house for a while, and and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I passed this town." You didn't tell me. You didn't even didn't give me a screenshot or a testimony or something like that. Anyway, but he just watched the videos and he passed $25,000 challenge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
It works. It works. It works. Let's make some money, Greg. Wanna make some money?
oh yeah, you got you want to share something? I mean, you share your screen, or
Uh,
no, or you want me to look something? Was there something something you want me to take a look at?
I figure you want to probably get a couple of trades in
Oh,
before we
I'm so
get
I'm disoriented. I'm like,
Oh, you disoriented?
well,
Okay.
I just got off the plane. Basically, our
Oh,
our plane,
okay.
yeah, the battery, the plane needed to change its battery, and they didn't have a battery, so they changed planes.
Oh
So we
my
were, I
goodness.
was like, yeah, okay, uh, because I didn't know last minute. When you have ladies trying to plan your trip, well, maybe you should come on the 25th or the 24th or the 23rd. And like, you guys give me a date. And then, they give me a date till like Thursday. Oh, why don't you
Uh-huh.
come out Friday? It's like, what? I gotta book a flight Friday. What flight's available tomorrow? I actually found
Yeah.
one on Alaska. It was
Yeah.
like connecting flight through like I had to fly to San Diego first,
Uh-huh.
fly
Oh
back
my
to San
God.
Diego to fly to Austin, right?
Oh wow.
So I'm
Wow.
like going, you give me like 2 weeks advance notice, and that
Right.
usually helps
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody, right? I'm sorry, Daddy. Yes, sweetheart.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
you get these. So you wind up flying these sketch airlines, right?
Mhm.
Frontier starts with the letter F.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder why. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's because it's just fun,
Yeah. Done all right. Frontier. Yeah, they're my bestest friends.
Yeah.
They're my
Yeah, it was
they have a different spirit, huh?
different experience. Another one too, right?
Tell you
Like
that.
I like you try to charter something that late, it's gonna be like $20,000 or something, $30,000 to charter
Yeah,
something that late.
yeah,
Give me some time in advance. I can book something nice.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm like completely like sore from I mean, like
All
I get a
flying.
workout though. You get a workout because they're not gonna lift anything. No
Right,
boxes, no furniture. You do ever and then you're a load and then you're put it into their apartment so you're loading and offloading.
right.
And they're packing on the
I-
phone. They're talking the phone. It's like, really? I I put my everything on hold and you're not even talking to me. You're talking to your friends while I'm packing.
Eh. Hey, we're offloading right now. Oh, it's hard work too.
Yeah, it's like yeah, that's like that bonding time.
Yeah, that
Uh,
bonding time is a beautiful thing.
yeah,
I do.
I'm trying to find it. You have a chart you're looking at or something? I'm trying to
I was
find.
looking at EU. I thought EU was kind of
Oh,
fun.
okay. EU is always good for
Oh
fun
yeah.
and weekend cash.
Hmm.
I'm trying to the Zoom controls. I used to have a little but bottom. Oh, there it is. And there's a chat box somewhere, and then they turn on. I think everyone. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen share. Um, have you been using our friend the bionic? I call it the bionic man. There we go. Pip Run Bionic.
Pip and Run by Yannick.
This is an observation. I've got so many people working on different stuff. Well, John's been working on stuff for years, but
Hmm.
he basically look at Aussie Kiwi. If you look at Aussie Kiwi at 5 p.m. for the past like 10 years, it
Hmm.
gaps down first. at 5 p.m., huge gap, like 40, 50 pips. But on
Really?
every gap, it turns around and goes north.
Hmm.
You know,
Aussie key.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think, remember old Fap Turbo?
Yeah.
That was the Aussie Kiwi, Euro Swiss, and Euro Pound were like, those cross currencies are
Yeah.
like geographically close to each other. They're always ranging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
since they have real tight ranges, once they exceed their range, right,
Mm-hmm.
they snap back in like a mean reversal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Aussie
Mm-hmm.
Kiwi's been like breaking up. So he's writing a script now where it's like, yeah, because once that it took about an hour for that the spread to narrow from like 20 pips back down to like 4 or 5. And then if you got in right there and let it go, it
Mm-hmm.
it went up. So I got an indicator called like the 5 p.m. indicator, which actually puts a vertical line at 5 p.m. and you can
Mm-hmm.
see like all the times where it hit. Euro Pound does it too. I think Tap Turbo is kind of based on that, which is I'll show you that. This is you guys are if you guys are watching, you're watching some deep Pip and Run kind of analysis kind of stuff that
Mm-hmm.
ordinarily we don't share with everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're on, yeah, if you're on the coffee call, well, guess what? You're gonna benefit from that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is Euro Pound, 5 p.m. Look at every most like
Wow.
pull back, jump, gap down, jump, gap down,
Wow.
jump, gap down. This is like a little song. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
up, up.
Step
Drop,
down.
drop,
Up.
pop. Drop, drop, pop. Look at
Wow.
that. 5 p.m. The purple line, the blue lines are 5
Uh-huh.
p.m. gap down. And immediately after the gap down is a rally, right? Now,
Wow.
once you got on the other side, trend is the other way around, right? But still, it's still gap down, pop. And oh, you can't see it. All right, let me stretch this out. So that's just something, 5 p.m. The AAM line. Oh, I think the AAM line has changed the numbers, but for some odd reason, it doesn't want to work on Aussie Q. Anyway, Euro. Where were we?
Wow. That's wow.
That's a, you see, we had and back in the brokers back in 2012, we had something called the Trades to Successful Trading.
Uh-huh.
Like a little pamphlet that came out, and they did some research at the firm, and they said that the most profitable traders at FXCM traded Euro Kiwi.
Mm.
And I looked, no, I you look at the Euro Kiwi chart, just glance at it, you look at it like, nah, it sucks. Propaganda from the brokerage. And then
Mm-hmm.
like 20 years later, you know, John goes, no, if this thing gaps down every day for the past like 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this could be Westpac or some bank making a mark in it, and then that's their playground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we look 1 hour. I mean, we're pulling back 38's at one spot. Wow, we really dropped a lot, huh? I remember last time I saw this thing, this was what 1.18. It's
Mm.
dropped three big figures since I've looked at it last. Let's go 30 minute. I mean, I think if we get here,
Mm-hmm.
we'll get a bounce. We're
Mm-hmm.
not there yet,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it could be a short. You could short it down there like that, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at one spot 15.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go to the fib. Hey, I'm $10. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50. I'm up 100. Stop loss above high. We gotta watch out for the spread. Well, It's 1 to 1, less than 1 to 1. You said 1,500. Yeah, whole number, round number. We could
Mm-hmm.
get a
Mm-hmm.
little bit higher on that. All right, there we go. There we go. We're in the
Mm-hmm.
money. We're
Mm-hmm.
in the money.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the money. Ba, 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 ba. Pip and run. Up
Yes,
200
sir.
bucks.
Yes,
Look at that.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I know he's
See.
scalping. You get 300 bucks in a couple of minutes. He turned that sucker off.
Order filled.
Order filled. Yeah, I'm actually not that greedy today. I kind of like, we'll take maybe 500 bucks there. Let's go ahead.
Order filled.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Let's get paid. Wow. Yeah.
Let's see. If I do five, save template. Name it Forex. I wasn't even looking at it. I was I
Sell,
was
sell,
looking
sell.
at this.
Sell, sell, sell.
Futures.
Oh wow. Okay, right down. I actually wanted 500, 510.
There you go. There you go.
Come on, come on, come on. That's,
Order filled.
I mean,
Gotta fix this.
I take 500 even.
500 even. You got big fives on there.
555.
All right, let's get it.
Oh,
Let's get it.
long
Oh,
way.
she's trying to pull up on me.
Let's go
That's
ahead.
all right. We already know that this what this is. Let's go ahead and draw us a what, Greg? Wow. I wasn't even looking at your screen and you're doing what I'm doing. Wow.
Let's do it.
Got us a nice little doji sitting right there.
Yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Okay. Let's go.
5 minute, 15 minute. Oh yeah. 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 Oh yeah.
Come on, baby. Come on. Pay me. Pay me. Pay us. Supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
More supply than demand.
That's some
Oh,
nice candles there, Greg.
red arrow.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
I don't know.
Mm,
Oh, top seat. Oh, there we go. There we go.
let's
Come on.
go. Let's go.
Let me just retest the low. Retest the low. No, come on down. Let me bring that. Come on, we get the trail down. Come on. Come on. Drop, I say. 110. Come on. Ooh, green arrow. Not liking that. Well, let's draw another one.
She's making more room.
One spot, 1529, 28, 288, 287. Come on. Timber. Push it out the window.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Give me
Come
my
on.
money.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I'm taking that. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing when you can take it and then jump in if you want to again, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
I
great.
came right down there. It didn't and yeah. It's doing a little sideways action here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 112 in the afternoon.
And then yet, you know,
Uh,
3, 4,
It's
5,
good,
baby.
but
Ah, there it is. Yeah.
seeing a lot of dropping. Yeah, I see higher time frame bearishness. There we go.
Oh,
I'm
there.
trading actually both, Greg. I'm trading futures and trading Forex futures.
Really.
Forex futures. That's what I call it. Forex futures. I'm
Okay.
gonna trade them both at the same time. Why?
Nice. A double
Target
dip, right?
fill. Oh my gosh, that is just the best feeling in
Yeah,
the world.
it pushed right through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Out there. Get back in.
Yep, get back
Uh,
in.
12. Let's let's take another 100 bucks. 400 bucks. 400 bucks. You got some car insurance to pay or something. Well, there you go. So, return to the scene of the crime.
Order filled.
Let's go down to the 5-second chart. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Fun, fun, and I might just um,
Order
on
filled.
on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hit me. There we go.
Come on, come on, come on. That's right. Keep going, keep going. Come on. Make us look smart in front of all these great, beautiful people.
You guys enjoying this? You like seeing this live action, live trading action? You can get access to this when you join Pip and Run.
Yes, sir.
Word. 21, 21, 21. Five. It's 5-second chart. Is there 1 second? Yes, there is. Ooh, that's messy.
I'm gonna go ahead and close that sale. I think you'll like that 10 better, Greg.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think you'll like the 10 better than that one. But heck, if you want to go down to the jungle deep, go for it, buddy.
What's this say?
That
ABC.
does look sexy though.
Hmm.
Yeah,
There
that's
we
juicy.
go. There we go. Look at that gap down on the
Mm-hmm.
1 second. There we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Damn! Woo!
Yes, sir.
Take profit, baby. It's all
That's
about the
it.
take profit.
That's it. That's it. That's
Hit
it.
that register. That that trend line break at the
Mhm.
200.
Yes, sir.
That was I stacked some into that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And, all right. So what did we learn today?
Patience.
Yeah. It's
Patience
not
pays.
it's not just for hospitals.
That's right. That's right. And you can trade off the 1 second time frame confidently and competently.
It might be too risky because really shut up, shut up, shut up. That's why you lose because you believe all the Wall Street talk
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that that they
This
say.
is what they call unconscious
Order
competence.
filled.
Uh, oh, you going back at it again? I'm
Oh
done.
yeah.
Order filled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you call unconscious competence, right?
Yep. Through spaced repetition, PDR, practice, drill, rehearse, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. That's pretty good for like,
Order filled.
a couple minutes of trading, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, just take a little something, something to go home with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Have a little spending money, a little cash.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
go over to maybe go to a show here on Vegas to get the F1 experience there and have a couple of steak and some lobster and
Yeah. Yeah.
lounge by the pool.
Enjoy.
It's not that hot. It's only like 100. It's only 100. It's like 108. No, 102. I think it's like 102. It might be cooler than that. No, I think it's 93. 93. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a 30-degree difference from where I'm at, man. I tell you. I'll be
Oh,
glad to hang out there.
yeah.
Yeah, Bermuda shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, I can do that.
There we go. Anyone online and no anybody watching all this fantastic action? Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your
Tell your dad and your grandmama. Tell them to get down. We can do that.
Adrian says system works.
That's it. And the great thing about it is it doesn't matter what your race is, how old you are, you do not have to be discriminated against because it's all green.
Right. I mean, I talked to a young man by the name of Alan. He used
Mhm.
to work for Amazon and
Mhm.
as a software engineer, they laid him off. They're laid off thousands of people at Microsoft and Amazon. This AI is taking over, right? I say,
Right.
look, guys, if AI is taking over, you need to come over here, learn how to trade, and give them a finger, right?
Good. Good. The
Yeah,
AI faker.
give give them the finger and like say whatever, because
That's
I
right.
can sit in my underwear here and press a couple of buttons and make 16, $1,700. Um, what's why are you doing what you're doing? Well, if you're, and in fact, I'm gonna put a link. You maybe, but a lot of people are justified by their own. They kind of thrive off of being the underdog. They look at. They say they never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mhm.
A lot of people
Yeah.
they look in the mouth of the gift horse. They get like, here is what you can get, and they go, nah, I don't believe it will work. It won't work for me. Good things
Mhm.
never happen to me, and therefore you just you can't receive.
Right. You're
You
right.
know,
Right.
I
Yeah.
had a guy leave because he thought the simulator he was winning so much that he didn't think it was right. That he thought it was a scam, even though he was doing it.
Yeah, right, right, right,
It's
right.
like you don't believe even what you're doing, or
Uh-huh.
you don't believe a black man can teach you how to trade. That's what it probably.
Oh yeah, definitely both.
Right,
Both. More so about you being black though. Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a
Because
lot
it's
of yeah, a
learning.
lot of yeah,
Yeah,
and they hadn't figured it out themselves, right?
right. Yeah.
So they don't. So they believe that there's something nefarious going on or something like that. That's fine, you know. I open the doors to anybody, but it doesn't matter to me
Hmm.
because I'm
Hmm.
gonna get the color is green. I get paid.
Exactly.
You're either gonna pay me, or you're gonna pay the market. You're gonna pay anyway
Yeah, you're
because
going to pay.
we
Yeah,
took money from someone else on the other side of the trade who was watching someone like stupid.
right.
Oh, let's go and buy the euro, buy the bottom. Like, go ahead.
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
only way that market moved like that is because there were a bunch of losers on the other side,
Exactly. Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
if you go to like, or no, any of these sentiment indexes, you can see clearly that the retail sheeples
Hmm.
are long.
Hmm. Hmm.
And and if you are a sell side news organization, you're going to write from the people's point of view because why people only buy what they believe. And
Hmm.
so if you present, like I would write articles all the time, and my articles were the lowest viewed,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Other analysts at where I worked at, their stuff was always read, but remember the majority loses,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
popular, the influencer, blah, 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 blah. The
Hmm.
big popular stuff doesn't is not trading is not like a beauty contest or an election.
Right.
The majority loses,
Right.
not
Right.
right. So
Right.
you have to be a contrarian thinker, which
Yep.
says if everybody's running off the cliff, maybe I
Hmm.
should go the other way.
Right.
But that
Exactly.
means you're independent, an independent thinker,
Right.
and if you're not an independent thinker, then you are bound. You're destined to to die off the crowd, right?
Hmm. Well, yeah, you're not going against the grain. You're not going against the good old boy system, you know. And like you said, when you become that independent thinker, you're not a team player. Oh yeah, I'm team me right now because you guys are trying to take me down a different rabbit hole where I don't want to go. Now I owe you. No, 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 no,
Exactly. So that's and most people they're joiners. They join clubs. They join,
Mm-hmm.
and when they join, they get
Mm-hmm.
sucked down.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I want people to join school, yeah, but you gotta understand that I'm a contrarian, a contrarian thinker. I'll look at
Mm-hmm.
the stuff like going, like everyone like saying tariffs are bad, and blah blah blah. I'm like going, this is the best thing in the whole wide world, and the economy is going to increase because the middlemen are the people who make all the money in this country, and the
Mm-hmm.
middlemen pay the tariffs.
Yeah,
Consumers
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so
yeah.
they're not going to pass on something. They already got a big chunk of the pie anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're going to buy it cheap from Asia, right? And they're going to buy it for this, and they're going to sell it for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if
Mm-hmm.
they can't sell it for they're not going to attack the tariff on top of that, right?
Right,
They
right,
can
right.
give up a little bit of what they normally get and
Mm-hmm.
keep prices the same.
Yep.
Because if they raise price anymore, it'll decrease demand.
Right,
So they're going to eat that.
right,
But
right.
they have
Take that
so
long haul.
much.
It's
They,
long haul money. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's all it's like they're not. I mean, they give up the tariff 10%, and this is how much they instead of making this, they
Mm-hmm.
make this,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
prices don't change, and Trump knew that, and that's why, if anything, the tariff is a tax on the rich.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
The
yeah.
tariff is a tax on the rich,
Oh
but
yeah.
you don't understand economics,
Mm-hmm.
and people on the other side of the aisle never started businesses. Usually they're activists or
Mm-hmm.
they're do-gooders, and they've never built anything,
Order filled.
right? And when you're a do-gooder and you've
filled.
never built anything, you don't understand what it takes
Order
to build
filled.
or maintain things.
Order filled.
And certain cities are like trash and certain ones are really nice. Well, my daughter asked me that. Why are blue cities all kind of junky and red cities are kind of clean? And it's because the people who run them never ran organizations or built anything. You know, even in the Bible, Jesus only took people who were like business people, fishermen, professionals. And when that guy who was homeless or had the demons, he got freed. He wanted to follow Christ. Jesus says, "No, go show yourself to your family." Jesus did not recruit people who did not build something or or create value, right? Timothy, Paul was a tent maker. All these people in the Bible who wrote the Bible, they, is a parable of the talents. Be faithful with the thing that you did, and then you can, go up the ladder, right? You're faithful with little, be given much. But there's certain ways, certain parts of the government work. They have never built anything, done anything, and they just want to give away your money, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Or tax you and give everyone a free government, free government market, right? Free government cheese or something like that. That's not going to work. It didn't work. Russia fell. The socialist experiment didn't work in Russia. It didn't work in China. China's become, they create a combination of communism and capitalism. In fact, the star in their hammer and sickle, one of the stars represents capitalists who are sympathetic to the revolution. So they do have a star that represents capitalism.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why they sell something. We buy all this stuff from them. It's like, well, that's capitalism. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's also part of that communism thing, right? So you can't point to them as, oh, total socialist or total communist because they are using they're using capitalism to pay for their communism.
Right. Right. Right.
But straight communism doesn't work. So
Right.
I love the capitalist system. So it's not perfect, but nothing else is. The only thing perfect is God.
Got to keep him first, period.
Yeah. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and
Right. You got to
yeah,
keep him first.
and you
Okay,
get
great, man. You need to go get you some rest, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you need to get some
But
rest, man.
we've been on for an hour, and
Yeah.
well, thanks so much. Next time we'll get Mike, aka Jermaine, to
Oh
on.
yeah. Mix Maxter Mike, wiki. Yeah,
Yeah, because he
do.
posted, he posted that he's been hitting it, but I love to see those screenshots. I'm a big screenshot.
Yeah.
You know, yeah,
Definitely,
a
definitely.
picture is worth more than 1,000 words, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When you can put yourself in that position of power and you can do that, you keep those receipts, nobody can you can't fight against black and white. I don't care what you say.
No,
That's what I
you
teach
got it
the
right there.
soldiers here. You know, they
Yeah.
passing around, 40, 50, 100, $2 million part. This is just one part, and I was like, "Where's your hand receipt?" And they're like, "What?" Like you gave it to me. I don't know. I trust you. I said, really? And I asked him, I said, what's my favorite color? What's my wife's name? What's my kid's name? What's my dog's name? What's my nickname? I don't know. I don't know. So you trust a total stranger? He said, you got a hand receipt so you can sign this over? I said, oh, okay. Smart person.
Right, right.
Right? Because would you hate to be on the hook for $2 million? That thing is sitting in my backyard somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Keep my house warm. You know what I mean?
Handshake.
People don't understand that. You give me, I gave you that receipt. There you go. Hey, I gave it. Don't talk to me. Talk to him. I gave it to him. See, black and white.
Paper, yeah, this is paper. And nothing personal, it's just business, just
It's business.
right.
Yeah, because I could easily say he didn't give me nothing.
Hmm.
I don't know what he's talking about, Jimmy. I said Mi español, no.
No habla español. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, see, I even got that wrong. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't
Yeah.
understand. So now you on the hook. Yeah, you on the hook, not me. So yeah, but anyway, just stories I like to say about here in Saudi Arabia that can make people think a little bit about their own selves and their lives. But Dr. Greg, I truly love you. I appreciate you, my
Love you too,
friend.
brother.
I'm glad that you were able to have a safe trip back and you took care of them babies. And don't worry, they'll be calling you about 6 more months. Dad, I want to move again. Let me
Right.
move to Vegas.
No, that's what you're talking. Well, there's a room here for them if they want to.